Hello everyone and welcome back to ancient Chicago. This is your host, Lars Adams, and look around me. This beautiful ravine on the North Shore of Chicago in Lake County. This channel is all about finding the things that other people pass over or underappreciate. The vast majority of what I show you in this channel is all about the ancient things. The geology, artifacts, historical sites, battles, encampments, ancient settlements, monoliths. And believe it or not, it's all here in Chicago. Today, we are in this beautiful ravine by former Fort Sheridan, Illinois. This was a military installation, and in the Cold War they even had some nuclear silos here for air defense against Russian bombers. I found a old bullet casing down here last time I was here. It was kind of cool to see that Cold War era history coming back at me. But of course, long before that, this was a Potawatomi territory, Potawatomi Native American nation. It means a lot to me to be able to still see places like this in Chicagoland, So what are we doing today? Today, we're looking for rocks. All along here are embankments full of glacially deposited stones. What can we find out here? Well, let's take a look. This is the most common kind of stuff that you will find, and most of it isn't all that impressive, but each rock has its own story. I do love rocks. Any rock. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have limestone. We have basalt. Where's a granite? Give me a granite. Here is a granite. And those are really the top three. There's others too. I find sandstone, a lot of human-related items, broken glass, of course, slag from old iron production, bricks and ceramic, things like that. And beyond that, you'll find yourself quartz and semi-precious stones, as well as occasionally, and I haven't found them yet, but precious stones too. The glaciers that created these valleys here, well, technically speaking, they made the hills, and then the water cut through and made the valleys afterwards. And anyway, when they came down here, they deposited all kinds of things from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and Canada. So there's your first tip. If you want to find out what kind of rocks are here, there's not a lot of guides. In fact, I'm working on compiling and making a guide for people to use in Chicago if they want to find some cool rocks. But for now, look for guides to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and Ontario, Canada. Look at those minerals, and then you'll be able to see what exactly the glaciers have been carrying down here. So, people have found diamonds, they have found sapphires, and all of these kind of things, but that's extremely rare. I think the last time someone found a diamond was in the 1800s, and that was 11 carats. But it's possible. In any case, what I look for most of the time are the semi-precious stuff. The semi-precious ones being namely the microcrystalline forms of quartz. So you have chalcedony. You have a lot of chalcedony here, and even an occasional agate we'll find here. We have jaspers, other kinds of stuff like unakite, and really there's quite a few. And honestly, you never know what you're going to find because those big three I just told you, basalt, granite, and limestone, those are the majority of it, but you'll find, God only knows what you'll find, because the glaciers just ground up and deposited everything everywhere. So it's just a dump of stuff. It's a blessing and a curse, because, well, you can find anything. On the other hand, there's not a real systematic way to go about it, because anything can pop up anywhere. But there are a few tips. So, in this ravine, I'm very close to the water's edge of Lake Michigan because it flows out into the lake. I can hear the waves crashing out there. It looks like rough seas today. What I've been noticing is that the rocks you get on the beach are not the same rocks you get in the ravines or along the riverbanks. The rocks along the riverbanks and the ravines, I find, are oftentimes not as good. The ones on the beach, you get a lot more of the semi-precious stuff, but that's anecdotal. I don't have the data on that yet. So what I'm going to be doing over the next, months, maybe a few years even, taking random samples of the different places that I go to and try to actually get some data together for what you can find in which different localities and see if there is a pattern. But I will shut up for now, and we're going to get to some exploring. Oh, this is the end of the ravine. It is gorgeous. On this sandy flat. There's the river. Oh, the waves coming. There's the lake. I hope the sound is good enough, but look how high those waves are. The rough seas, it's beautiful. I'm gonna get some pictures of those. Wow. I can't even believe how beautiful that is. Well, I don't have a very good demonstration for the difference between the rocks on the beach and the rocks in the ravine because these waves are so strong. It washed away the whole embankment of rocks that I saw here before. Wow, some power. Oh, it's coming to get me, coming to get me. Oh, there's the water. But I'm going to head back into the ravine and see if we can find some cool rocks there. And we're back. Got a nice bank to look through. So let's see what we got. Oh, here we go. It's not too crazy, but you see all these fossils? Yeah. So we have this limestone, or maybe a dolomite, but I think it looks like limestone to me. And all these crinoid stems on there. Anything else besides crinoids? Nice. So one thing you can find around here is plenty of fossils. Most of it's super ancient, from way before the dinosaurs, when this place was a whole big old seabed, shallow sea, very warm. Well, not having very good luck today with semi-precious stuff, but here's a little piece of feldspar. So let's identify some of the stuff we do see, just to give us a good idea of what we're going to be able to find out here. All right. Orange, whites, and blacks. That's the normal colors I'm looking at. So, like I said before, these black ones, not all black ones, but there's a certain texture and color to them. These are basalts. That's magma. Okay, it cooled fairly rapidly and made that. Then you have, is that sandstone? Hey, nice, we got a sandstone. Sandstone too. Not as common as the others actually, so that's a different one. Ooh, what's this? Ah, okay. Can be considered semi-precious, if I can get this thing in focus. There we are. So we've got chalcedony here. You see how those fractures on there, those breaks? That's what we call a conchoidal fracture. It's a good example of that. It's a little more worn on this side. And then I guess as it was tumbling along the hills, ran into something else and broke off. Not very good lighting here. You can tell it's chalcedony. You can see through it, but which I can, but it's not showing up on the camera. So, all right, we got a little keeper picker. What else we got? Not sure about this one. Limestone, sandstone, basalt, limestone, sandstone, and then, you know, granite. Yeah, that's the most common of it all. You know, we also got quartz, got lots of quartzite, more quartzite than quartz. There's a pretty little guy. That's I'm not sure. I might hang on to that. Maybe I'll throw it back. I don't know. It's pretty though. That's nice, peachy. Okay, that is all. So I found what looks like a nice, beautiful piece of jasper. But don't be fooled. That is just a weathered exterior of dolomite. Check it out. I cracked it open against a rock. 'Tis actually dull and gray. Because of mineral inclusions, it weathers to that red. And has a very smooth, waxy exterior too. So you'd think, wow, oh man, it's so pretty. Can't wait to work with this rock. No, just dolomite. U.S. military reservation. Well, that's how you can tell by all the military activity. It's actually right underneath this sign in that rock bank there that I found that bullet casing. And then right up on top of those hills is where the command center was that controlled the nuclear missile silo. I love this stuff, man. It's like, who the heck is going to know that this is here? Well, with that, I think I'm going to leave you, unless I find something particularly cool. But I'm hungry and cold, so I'm probably going to go home. But always fun to get out here. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos from different locations. I'm going to vary it up. You're going to be seeing Indian mounds. You're going to be seeing battlefields. I already told you all this. You know it already. Won't waste your time. Like and subscribe. Who's going to be the first subscriber? All right, thank you.